This is Dr. Canadian Ninja showing you how to get gold stars on Matrix Normal. As always, I recommend turning the sound effects down in order to hear the beat better. Now these first guys take 4 hits to kill, so you can octolock 2 at once. After the first 2, 5 show up, so get 2 octolocks and spam. This group won't spawn if you aren't quick enough on the last group. Before the purple fish show up, you should have 37%. And this here is the first group you get to octolock. This health orb, you should have 51%. After this group, there's some squid in the distance, so hold A, aim for the bottom of this tunnel you're in, and you'll pick them up before you actually see them. You can get 3 octolocks, so strive for that, but 2 is acceptable. You'll want to leave this area around 85 to 90,000 points. Now in this next section there's a few big enemies like the eels, but your main focus is the smaller fish that dart in. They won't stick around for too long, unlike the larger enemies, so octolock the big ones as much as you can, and spam the small ones because they'll disappear on you. You'll make up the points later, so don't worry about the octolocks. If you have the extra time, target the schools of fish to get some extra points, but they're not worth the... well, they don't count for 100% purification. This area with at least an extra 100,000, so close to 200,000 if you've been doing well. Now, there's a few important things about this area. You'll want to focus on the fish first. For one, the mini-boss will only come out when all the boxes are destroyed, and if you destroy the boxes too fast, then 1, the fish may never spawn in the first place, and you'll lose your 100%, or it'll be right before the boss shows up, and if you get the boxes first, then it'll just destroy the fish and you won't get credit for it. Now, don't do what I'm doing here. Don't octolock this boss because he doesn't give you any points. Out again at 53% here. Fun fact, if you're using a turbo controller to get the 100% purification, it's entirely possible to defeat him here and lose the rest of the purification. So, if you're trying to, well, I don't want to say cheat your way to 100%, but cheat your way to 100%, like I did, hold back a little there. spam this guy, don't octolock him. Now, in this speedway, don't octolock unless you're feeling really confident. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, and for the most part, you should not take them. Spam your way through it, you're just looking for 100% here, not points. Now, the wall also counts as purification, unlike most gateways. As you can hear, this is another reason why you shouldn't be octolocking, because the beat just keeps getting faster and faster. This is an easy place to lose your multiplier. You can get an octolock or two here if you're feeling confident. I got one, I wasn't that confident. Now, after this fourth gate, you're just going to want to start tracing. There's a purple enemy coming up that you'll have to... Yeah. Works. I took 2 octolocks here. That's kind of pushing it now that I'm looking back on it again, but again, if you're feeling confident about it. Now, if you got through that with 100%, you're pretty much set. There's just one more tricky part. If you get this far, it should be a cakewalk, though. Focus on all the enemies you've seen up to this point, like the eels and the small fish. Use the schools of fish swimming by for extra points. The cores do not give you points, so only octolock them if you need to build your multiplier back up. Last core, in order to get 100%, you need 2 enemies to come out here. Well, obviously like this. You only get the 2 of them by having the stage completely clear of enemies by the time it opens up. So as long as 2 come up, you're pretty much set at this point. There's no more missable enemies. And this is where all the points have been hiding. So score-wise, you should get to this area around 400,000 if you haven't used Euphoria, and you really don't want to. 400,000 is kind of a low-ball estimate, but, well, as you saw, I got here with 500,000, so anywhere between the two, you should be set. Clear it out with the tracer, octolock the core, and then just keep clearing it out so you can still see it easy enough. Just keep alternating both until it's purified. And I hope I'm not making you dizzy. Octolocks here, none of the targets move towards it. And the last point section. Now, at the end of the stage, it's important to know how many Euphoria you have, hopefully all 3, and how many points you have. In this case, I'm already above 700,000. I'll get another 100,000 for not using a Euphoria, so I'm already in the clear. I can just spam at this point, and I'll still get the gold star. At the end of Lumi's core, I get lazy, and that's exactly what I do. Obviously, still need the points, keep octolocking. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching.